Hello and welcome to Naijas Geeking Out podcast. This is going to be a very, very interesting episode. But first though, let's just kick it. We are all complete here today. Read the happy. Why are you happy?
Don't
What's
know.
making you happy?
You tell me.
Hmm? It's not as if
I'm in
your
a good
team
mood.
performed well over the weekend, so I don't know
I'm
what's
in a good mood.
giving you
No, it's
joy
not nothing about the team. It's not something about DC.
about DC.
I'm in a very good mood today.
Oh, okay.
So I had
Okay.
DC's. This is breaking records. I heard. So I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you to let us in. I like when I hear record breaking endeavors. So I am very happy.
Let's save it.
Okay.
Let's save it for I
Yeah.
beg. You can save your gloating for later. This is a very
I'm
serious
not
podcast.
gloating.
We are
I'm
here to be
happy.
objective.
I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Dapo, how are you doing now?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not happy that somebody on this podcast seems to have sucker punched me twice into doing his dirty work for him. We'll come to that later.
Yeah. And Kex, how are you
Yeah.
doing?
I'm good, brother. Very well. I'm good. I can't wait to sink my
Okay.
teeth into today's episode.
Okay. So this week's episode will be starting off with the Joker. This movie dropped. Joker 2, Folie Deux. Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't
Yes,
really care,
yes,
but
yes.
yeah. So the movie dropped last week, and that will be our main topic of discussion. Then we'll also do a brief review of Agatha all along, and then also touch on the Penguin episode 3.
Yeah.
But yes, getting into the main meat as quickly as possible. Do we want to do a spoiler-free discussion, or we should just jump straight into spoilers?
There's no spoiler-free nonsense. To me, there's nothing to spoil. There's
Okay,
There's
fair
nothing
enough.
really to spoil in the. I will give a quick summary. This film is about the trial of Joker, in my view.
I would disagree on that, but we
Okay.
can get into
But
semantics
at
later.
a high level, to me, that is what this story is about, and we'll get into the details.
Okay, let's say that's against the backdrop of the Joker's trial. That's the
Trial.
foundation.
Yes, that's a better. I don't think it's about the trial itself, but set against the backdrop of the trial. Yeah.
Well, okay. Actually, I think we're going to just totally disagree about that. But let's carry on.
Okay.
Yes.
So Joker 2 dropped, and this was a very highly anticipated movie. I mean, most people had it on their top 10 list of movies for the year, both cinematic, both
Sorry, guys.
critically and box office wise.
Today, quick one. Sorry to interrupt you, but did
No
this movie
problem.
get a standing ovation at Cannes?
11 minutes standing ovation at Venice.
Okay. Those people will make you, they wind you up. Oh my God. Okay.
Sorry. This is the kind of film, and I said it to somebody else earlier, and we'll get into details. This is the kind of film I would expect that kind of crowd to applaud.
I still disagree.
And I'll explain why.
Okay. I disagree with you on that take. I'm surprised
Let's come
that
back to
crowd
that.
applauded for this. We'll circle back to that.
Let's come back to that. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, this movie, the first one made over $1 billion, an amazing run, and an amazing success of a movie in all aspects.
It was a con job.
Yes.
Regardless of your personal opinions on the movie.
No, it's not my personal opinion. It was a con job. But go ahead.
It's your personal opinion. The movie went on to make over $1 billion.
Agreed.
It got critical success. Like critically, it was praised.
Yes.
The fans seems to love it. Like it was a cultural hit, even putting it mildly. Yeah. So this movie, it was projected to do even better. It was the first warning sign. It was built as a musical, which was okay, new idea, and we had Lady Gaga starring as Harley Quinn. And then the first trailer dropped, and we went. If you can go back and listen to our episode where we reviewed the trailer, we were ecstatic.
It was a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 trailer.
It was a masterpiece of a film.
I didn't give it. I was not.
Okay.
I
honestly, one of the best comic book trailers I've ever seen.
Yes.
I love the trailer, and I'm a hater of the first film. And
I love the trailer. Yes. The trailer was beautiful, well shot.
I wasn't sure about the musical, about the singing.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, nobody was sure about the singing, but we're like, okay, this guy, let's give it a chance. We don't know how.
And to be honest, the trailer did not really showcase the singing.
They don't know about
so you
never really knew how the singing would be
exactly.
would
Yeah.
be
No,
done
it
in the
was text. I
movie.
even said it was a musical because I didn't know it was a musical. I thought it was a joke.
Musical.
Yeah.
No, it was like it was billed as a
Yeah, liquid.
jukebox
Yeah,
musical
yeah,
for a
yeah,
while.
yeah, yeah. It was gonna be, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
So then this week, last week happened, and the first critical reviews came out,
Yeah.
and it was terrible. Like
Unanimously
I
bad. I don't think that's like Morbius level
level,
of nobody says anything good. It's
yeah,
rare.
I was shocked.
It's Sony level reviews.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exact. That's perfect. Perfectly said.
like it shocked me to the core because I'm like, no matter how bad Joker is, I don't expect anybody
Yeah,
comparing Joker to Madam Web.
yeah. I
And
mean,
that was the comparison that was being made.
like not in the
Like,
same sentence at all. Yeah.
yeah, like it's well, yeah, that was the
Mm.
early reviews, and to be honest, because of how bad those reviews were, I was
Mm,
like, yeah, maybe th- they're angry about a specific something in the movie, and
yeah,
that's why they are
yeah.
bombing it. So it didn't shake my
Your faith of
excitement.
conviction.
Yeah, exactly. In what I was going to go and see in the movie. That okay, maybe it's not as bad. Maybe the reviewers just hated something they did, and I had a feeling
Yeah,
I knew what they hated
yeah,
going into the movie. But yeah,
yeah.
then we saw the cinema score for the movie. This
Yes.
is the cinema score. If you don't know, is the audience reaction. So the first popular audience to see the first public audience to see the movie, immediately they watch the movie, they take a sample of them, your immediate feeling about the movie, and they give it a score.
Yeah.
So this score has been noted as one of the most accurate predictors of box office success. Like, is
Correct.
the score most closely positively correlated to how successful a box office movie is going to be? So if you get a
Yeah.
high cinema score, you are most likely to have very long legs in the cinema. And a low cinema score means, yeah, the opposite. You are bound to fizzle out. This movie scored a D in the cinema score. Now,
Mm.
for context, this is the worst score a comic book movie has seen.
So
Okay.
for context, has anybody ever been in the D category?
I want
I
to tell you
never
guys
heard
that
of a
I've
D
never
category
seen a D score.
That's what I'm asking.
at
Has
Like a
all.
anybody?
C or a C minus. I've
C
never
minus, yeah,
seen a D for a movie. Not CBMO,
yeah.
for a movie.
Like movies are it's so bad that when a movie gets when a blockbuster gets a B plus B minus, we are like, oh no, this movie
Yes.
doesn't have legs. Like we're like, this is a
Yes.
bad score for this movie
Yes.
because
Yes.
this is the afterglow of your first viewing experience, right?
Yes.
So no
Yes.
matter how, yeah, you are still like, oh, you just watched the movie, you enjoyed it. You have
Yeah.
not thought
Yeah.
about it critically. So for
Yeah.
this movie to get a D, that shocks me.
Yeah.
Wonder
Yeah.
Woman got a B plus.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman
Shazam.
84 got a B
Yeah.
plus.
What did Shazam get? Shazam got like a B or something as well. Something like
Shazam
that.
got
Okay,
like
sorry.
either a
I don't want to
B,
say you off.
yeah, Shazam got like a B or something as well.
I
I'm
mean the
like,
second one. Something of Fury
yeah,
of the Gods or whatever it's called. Yeah.
it got a B or a C minus, not a
Something
D.
like that. Yeah, it was didn't get a D. I've
Yeah,
never seen that before. Never seen that
like
before. So
so it's
was that the first sort of alarm bells that started to ring for you
oh
guys?
no, that rang serious alarm bells in my head immediately. I was like, whoa. Then two again. I was like, okay, maybe I know. Yet it didn't
Mm-hmm.
shake me as much because I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think I have an idea why this will ring alarm bells. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was almost sure what was going for was like the construction of the Joker archetype. And that's what he
Mm-hmm.
did in the movie. We'll get to that. And I was like, okay, maybe because of what he did, it will piss off the audience. And that's why they were vexed. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Then the what's it called? The box office came in today and it opens at 37 million in 37 plus opening in domestic box office. And
Mm-hmm.
this is extremely low for a movie that was budgeted as 200 million.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
going to be one of the biggest losses for Warner Bros. This year.
So
Because if your
you
budget is
mentioned
200 million,
But worldwide,
Let
what
us,
has it done worldwide?
worldwide is at 121 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's but we
So
also need to talk about that budget.
yeah, that
Is this
where
a
did it go
200
to?
is it a 200 plus million movie?
This has 100 plus.
To be fair, the cost of getting some of the songs they did, as opposed for the
Licensing cost.
musical licensing
Okay.
cost for the songs,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
some of the sets, some of the practical sets,
Okay.
the cost for the actors, I'm sure
Okay.
Joaquin would have negotiated a much higher salary based on the success of the first one.
Okay. Okay.
And Lady
Okay.
Gaga is not cheap. Then
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. All right.
Then
I just wanted to
the sets look really expensive. Like
throw that out
I
there.
must yeah, Hollywood financing is terrible on a good
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this looks like a way
I
of
mean,
Hollywood financing.
yeah. Okay. Plus marketing and all of that stuff. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Don't
So
don't
yeah.
give
So,
don't give him the excuses. He already
No,
went into the movie with ready-made excuses. It just didn't pan out.
so,
He was looking for something
Red.
that he used
To,
to spend it.
to your point, I was going to. I was. You know, when everybody hates something, and you're like, I'm going to love this thing regardless of what all of you say.
exactly.
That's what Tunde went to do. Yeah,
But my liver started to cut when I was hearing and seeing something that was like,
so,
Yeah.
so I have a
When I
neighbor.
started the movie, I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this movie intentionally looking for what is good about this
what to
movie.
like.
Yes. Like I watched the movie, like, you know what? As bad as this movie is, it cannot be as bad
I'm
as Madame
going to
Web.
like
It cannot be as bad as Mobius. It's not
it.
possible. Yes, you will find something positive to watch in this movie. And
You set yourself an assignment.
So it,
yeah,
it wasn't just
it was
it
like,
wasn't just comic book people that hated it. So I have a neighbor who
Oh
was
no,
out
yeah,
west. She's not a comic book person. She's not even a movie
yeah.
person. But she got advanced screening. She's in California with the crowd, those people that do the
Yeah,
movies.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And she said all of them hated it.
yeah, yes, I
She
can
said all of and they're not
100%
comic book.
understand.
This is not comic book
Yeah.
people now. No bias,
No,
no pre-bias, no bias
yeah,
for or against.
I never felt the beef was comic related. I
Yeah.
just knew
No,
it was film related. It's the fact that this film made, I guess, 1 billion, both the general market and quite a lot. Don't let me use my own bias. Quite a lot of people loved the first one. There was love for this version of Joker, both
yeah.
within the comic crowd and outside the comic crowd. You know, so and it now seems the opposite is exactly the same for this rings true. Both within the comic crowd and without outside the comic crowd, this film is getting pelters in terms of how bad it is.
So I'm going to try and separate the hits into two buckets. There is hate for the no, because this movie gave me a lot to think about between the distance from when I finished to when I got on to record this podcast. There is hate for the structure of the movie, the musicals itself, the songs, the way it was paced, and all of that. I think normal moviegoers will find that very exhausting to watch. Like this movie was tedious to watch. Then there's the comic book fans' hate for the depiction of Joker himself, which, to be fair, I don't think the public audience would have hated it as much, if not for how long it took us to get to that particular end. So I'm
Okay.
going to try and yeah,
No. I really like this methodical way of going about it. You mentioned the structure of the movie and that wait,
yeah,
Red, first you said your neighbor that your friend did not like it and she's not a comic book head.
No,
And
that's
it's
not
worth noting that
neighbor, yeah.
the people there were a lot of people, non comic book people, that loved the first one.
the first one, yeah.
Did she say anything about the first one? Did she like it, not like it?
I didn't even
Okay,
ask
she
her.
hadn't seen it.
She
But
just went with the crowd. She went with the crowd. They got advanced training tickets.
ah,
Yeah, she just went for the
ah,
Mm,
next movie that was available. So it wasn't like
mm.
I want to see Joker or
got you.
anything. Yeah.
Got you. And she was like, so that means obviously she didn't have any attachments to
To
No,
it,
for
yeah.
Joker
for
makeup
or
or comic
against.
book
No,
anything or
whichever
Yeah.
one she went with. Yeah.
that's as fresh as you can actually watch that kind of a movie. Because
Yep.
I'm a comic book head. I didn't see the first one. Let me just see this movie by its own and see how it stands. And
No,
she hated
she
it.
was like, we saw this movie
And
that just came out. What do they call it? The Joker. That
Joker,
part two. Like that's how she was saying it. She wasn't like she was rooting for
yeah.
it or feeling
And
it.
to your neighbor's point, this movie is basically a standalone movie.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay,
You can watch it as a standalone. If you've not seen the first one and you have no attachment,
Mhm.
you see the
Mm.
It's still a grounded movie within its own story. So the fact that she hated it does not mean she needed to have watched the
Well,
first
she
one
didn't.
to
Well,
get
to be
No,
anything
fair,
no,
in
no,
this one.
no.
she didn't
Yeah,
say
yeah,
she
Yeah,
yeah.
hated it. So she
Yeah.
said none of them like all of them. Everybody, none of them liked it.
yeah.
Yeah, so I
It
think hate
was
might be a strong word. I
tedious.
don't want to use that.
It was tedious to watch.
Yeah.
That's one word I'm going to use. Like, wait, before we even go further, just to get your general thoughts. Like, what did you like the movie?
I'm not sure that.
What kind of foolish question is that? No, I know. And I went there with an open heart because I wanted to like this film. I love the
Yeah,
trailer and obviously a bit of strong cred. I don't want to be wrong that because I was praising the trailer. I don't want to be wrong about that.
yeah.
But literally almost within the first to be okay, there's an opening scene that we'll
The
talk about later.
cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon. Even that alone.
Okay,
So
puts you
oh
off.
God, what is going on here? And then when
Yeah,
it started, then I just literally I was okay. Let me enjoy this. Let me try to enjoy this. But I could see straight away. Use one word. I said boring. The film was boring in many parts, but I actually
yeah.
think your word is more accurate. If I'm being honest, it's
Tedious.
like a slog.
Yes, it
Some
was
parts like a
exhausting.
slog to get through. Oh God, come on! All right, let's get over it. Let's
Let's
get on
move
with
on.
it. So yeah, there's a slog. Now, one thing with me, to give you some bias as to where I'm coming from, I'm actually a big fan of musicals. I've never had issues with musicals. When I was growing up, I love musicals.
Yes.
Grease is one of my most favorite films. I was a Glee fan. I got made
I thought,
fun
I
of
was,
that.
I was going to throw that out.
Yeah, I was,
You know,
I was,
this is you jumping in front of traffic before
For
red
the
pushes you.
oh yeah, yeah. I can see red looking.
Oh, I was going to add Glee, but you've done
So
it.
I was a Glee fan. So the fact that it was a musical was not
It was
a
not a
negative
problem.
for me.
Yeah,
Having said that, I've not seen a musical in ages. I mean, Glee, I think was the last thing musical that I've watched. But
Okay.
I thought, let's go in there. I like the acting of Lady Gaga when I saw her in the trailer, and I know she's a musical person. And even some of those trailers had some certain scenes that I thought, oh, this looks good. And we'll come to
yeah.
that. We'll come to that trailer in a minute because those trailers actually that's another issue I have. So
Misdirection.
overall, this film is bad. Let me say it's bad. Let me use
Bad.
the word bad.
Yeah,
Now it's bad in a different way from how Mobius is bad, how Love and Thunder is bad. It's
yeah,
bad in a totally different way.
yeah.
The biggest
Those
crime.
that
Yeah, go on.
no, honestly, those movies are bad on a production level. Like they are bad technically. Plot. This one, this is a competently made film that is bad. Like the the director made a bad film
Uh,
on purpose. They
right.
were not trying to make.
I can actually agree. It's a
Yeah,
competently made film that's bad. So in terms of your
production value,
directions,
cinematography.
that's all on point. Even let's I'll say this now. The acting's on point as
The
well.
acting
I
is
mean, they're
super
good. They're
on
good.
point.
You got class
Yeah, the
acts. I
acting is
mean,
on point.
Yeah,
But and this is where I'm now going to massage this whole narrative to suit my own ends. When I attacked this guy for the first film, and I said this guy is just ripping off past movies
mhm.
and now looking like a genius because he's basically copied two genius films that
Yeah, we said it that
I'm
we
now
said it
I'm now saying now
on Taxi.
the yash of the foul has been
I'll do
exposed.
okay, okay. So I'm going to do this early on
Okay.
before we get into it because I
Okay.
know
Okay.
um a lot of other podcasts, a lot of people are going to be bandwagoning on how bad this film is.
Okay.
So I'm going to attempt to make a defense for this movie.
You
I
you
think
went
it's
you
needed.
went you
It's a
went on the
needed
ready-made.
counterpoint. No,
Yeah.
see, I I get what you mean. I get what you mean, and you are right. I went in looking for something to defend, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like some of the things this film is trying to do is going to get lost in the discussion of how badly it was
It's
put,
okay.
how bad it was done, in the hate that is going to be flowing to. And I feel they need to be spotlighted. The musical itself, yeah,
When you do that, I have 2
yes,
points here that I thought my best parts of this movie.
yeah,
So when you finish, hopefully you mention those parts. If you don't, I will add it
okay,
I'll add it
so
to your list. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So this is my head canon of what happened. The director, Todd Phillips, saw the first part and was appalled that people loved Joker, the character. When he was trying to make a film for you to feel like this is not a good guy, that the Joker is not a good guy. This is the guy that suffered from mental illness, had this momentary triumph, and ended up in an asylum, and he's a bad guy. And then people went out away from that movie feeling, oh, we should be like the Joker. And now he's trying to do a movie showing us why the Joker is not a great fan and explaining the relationship of the Joker and the fans that love him.
Why didn't he turn down the awards?
No, I'm saying that that was the message of the message of the part one. He felt it was misconstrued and he's trying to correct it in the second one. In this second one, he's showing us a relationship between how we view the Joker, how the fans influenced the viewing of the Joker, and what the Joker actually is, which is just actually an insane person that needs help. Yet all the forces around him are trying to pull him in different directions. Some is saying, "Oh no, you have a what's this thing called?" Putting him the people that want to help him from their own good, like the lawyer and the doctor for medical thesis or whatever, trying to pull him. Oh no, you are a separate person. Blah blah blah, trying to excuse his actions from what he's doing and dissociate himself from the action when he's actually to blame. And then there's the other side who is going, oh, your actions are correct, you are right, when he also knows his actions are wrong. So there is that force and that tug and pull in his character and how we view these kinds of people. Whereas the Joker is simply an human being, should not be sensationalized the way it's being sensationalized. So I feel like that is what the director was going for in this particular movie, with Harley Quinn and the Joker fans being a stand-in for the audience and how we view Joker. That was my whole takeaway from that. And then we have no see, this is what I said. This is what he's trying to go for.
No, I'm
This is what I think he's
laughing
going for.
because
Yeah.
I'm laughing to myself. Should I poke the
Pop
hole
this
in
bubble.
this theory,
Yeah.
or just
Yes,
Yes.
you know what? I'm gonna let
Yeah.
it go. I'm gonna let it go for now. You carry on. You carry on.
No. You can poke holes as well in it.
Yeah.
But like that is how I'm trying to view a charitable reading of what the director was trying to accomplish in the movie.
Okay.
So because we see Otto in this movie, and this movie is clearly about Otto,
Yep.
not about Joker. I don't think we really got any Joker in this movie. I feel like throughout the entire movie, we still got Otto acting as Joker rather than getting the
Right. So
actually insane Joker.
can
Yeah.
I just say one thing to you now?
Yeah.
You are doing what the do-gooders in this movie were doing. This whole
Yeah.
Joker versus Otto flick.
Yeah.
You are now buying.
No,
I'm totally in the other camp.
No, so I don't buy that Joker
Okay.
and Otto are different personalities.
Right, okay.
I feel like the do-gooders took it to the extreme. I feel like Joker is responsible
Right.
for every action he took as Otto.
Yes.
He might have some mental, like the doctor said correctly, he might have some underlying mental issues
Yeah.
that influence his action,
Yeah.
but it's not to the point where they are separate personalities.
Correct. Okay, I agree.
And
Okay.
I think it's made clear throughout the entire movie. That's why I said that there was no Joker personality per se in this entire movie. All his actions were done by Otto. So for that, we now have the fans like Harley Quinn who see the Joker that shot this guy on TV, and then they want that Joker. They fell in love with that particular Joker, and that's who they want. And it's trying to explore that relationship between who this guy is and the kind of what he actually needs and what his fans need from him, what his fans want from him, and that relationship, that delusion where both of them are completely wrong about each other. So there's that aspect as well. And then we get to the trial of Joker, which is a recording of what Joker means for society and all of that shit. And then we get to the one of the best, I think the best thing in this movie, when Puddles is being tried.
Big tick.
That
best,
is my
best scene. That is the best scene of the whole film.
Whole film.
It's an
If the
awesome
entire film was like that.
Yes. So Puddles is the chap. If you remember the short guy. In the first film, when he killed his friends, the two comedians came and they killed the big one, and he let the dwarf.
Yes.
So that guy's Puddles.
Okay. So Puddles is by far I mean, the whole sequence of them talking to each other was quite nonsense. But that scene was so emotionally charged, I didn't care. Like Puddles made a case
Yes, I
But
just want to say that
yeah,
the acting of Potters himself in that scene
was brilliant.
was first class. First
Yo.
class. Yes. That was a
And
scene and
then
a half.
Draken's reaction to his acting, like you saw his
Yeah,
face
yeah,
change.
yeah,
Like he
yeah,
felt it in his bones when
yeah,
Podus was making that declaration,
yeah, yeah.
and he could not even make a difference again. He had to switch tones and all of that. I think that scene brilliantly done when Podus confronts him
Yeah.
about,
So
oh
can I sorry, I just want to
yeah,
make
please jump in here.
a personal confession, an apology.
Yeah,
When when you see little people in movies, sometimes I just they just casted this guy because they wanted a little person,
little.
you know.
Yeah,
You in a very discriminating manner, you sometimes dismiss the skill level. I mean, obviously the guys that we know, like what's
uh, so-
It's a
yeah,
big
yeah, yeah, like that we know
yeah,
he's a great actor and all that. But so
Right.
in the first Joker, I never looked twice at Potter. They just he's just there to so they can have a short guy. This guy is a first class actor.
yo,
He blew
he
me
killed
away.
it.
He
It
blew
yeah,
me away.
hundred percent.
Sorry,
No, no, no.
Toby.
I'm 100% on
Yes,
supporting you on that. I'm not
yes,
admitting that. That is like the guy is fantastic.
yes.
He's brilliant. So that scene where he hits some to Joker, the real world interpretation, like him in trying to be Joker. Remember, in immediately Podus walks in, he starts making fun of Podus,
Yep,
like
yep.
in making fun of how he walks and everything. And
Mm.
then when Podus points out that, see, you never used to make fun of me. Like you were the one person that never made fun of who I was, and that's why we were friends and things like that. It shows how much he's acting, and it shows like the consequences of like people take the. I think when I say this is the scene that made me come up with my old theory,
Mm.
because like when people saw what Joker did to Murray in part one, they took it as an affirmation as a good thing. When they saw Joker killing people and causing this revolution, there were real life people that were in support of that action. They were like, yeah, we need and we have people like that in real life today. But they never reckon the personal cost of those actions. Like when he killed the friend, the big guy, it was a funny moment for guys, and it felt cathartic. Like, oh, this guy that used to bully you, you killed him, you are happy. But you never judge the consequences for the little guy, the friend that was there with him that had to suffer through this trauma. So in Joker's mind, up until that point, it was like, oh, I didn't kill you. You are fine. It's because I like you. He never thought about, oh, because I didn't kill you, I've caused this particular trauma to you. That trauma never factored into his head because his entire decisions are usually very self-centered to him. And I think that is that particular scene, and then the scene where they killed this friend, were what made him change his mind and realize to own up to everything. Because up until that point, I was like, you know what, I'm going to play the Joker and try and get out of this thing. But that is that scene with the dwarf with puddles, and then the little guy, the guy in the prison, I've forgotten his name, that got murdered.
Oh, the
Yeah,
one that kind of
yeah,
looked up
that
to him.
yes,
Right. Okay. I can't remember what
yeah,
his name was actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
man gets murdered by the guards because Joker was being Joker. And then this
Mm.
is Joker, this guy also coming in face, reckoning with the actions that he has done for himself. Like, oh, this is what's it called? This is like a direct result of myself being Joker, facing the
Yeah.
consequence of
So
his actions for his first time.
I think you need to take a step back here because
Yeah,
so guys during this court case, at one point, Arthur decides, "Oh, I'm going to represent myself."
yeah,
Okay. So he dismisses his lawyer, and the judge allows it. After some discussion, and then he decides. This is when he decides to start coming to court in his full Joker
Joker regalia.
makeup as his own lawyer. Now,
Mhm.
so basically, when he starts off like taking a piss. Basically, he's a Joker. He was put on an act. He's playing to the crowd, playing to the gallery, being the Joker. And then we have this scene with Puddles, and I think, and then as they said, a guy, I'll say his friend, a cellmate who kind of I don't know, looked at it, they were kind of close a bit in jail anyway, kind of got hurt again because of him.
Yeah,
So it's almost like at that moment he looked at himself saying, "Oh, up to this point, there was two school of thoughts. you had a good do-gooders telling him, no, you had a split personality. Basically, that's what they're trying to tell you. Listen, it wasn't your fault, Otter. You didn't do all those things. It was your personality Joker. You know, all the do-gooders who always make excuses for people's excesses. They were pushing that narrative to him. And that, you know, and that this is why you need a trial. This is why they should let you off, because you're mentally ill, but you're not sane, and hence you shouldn't go. You know, that kind of, you should not get the chair, because if you should not get the electric chair. Now, on the other hand, you had obviously the prosecution and some other people saying, no, this guy knows what he's doing. Why are you trying to give him an excuse? You know, don't you? So in court, he started playing up to the whole Joker personnel, acting weird. Now, after that scene, at one point, it comes into realization. And, oh, by the way, Lady Gaga, and we'll come to it in a minute, Lady Gaga is the stand-in for the whole crowd, the whole fan base, who like this Joker personality thing. But at the point in court that Overflex realizes, what am I doing?
I thought she was Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was this. What am I doing here? I'm not. I am not. Why am I pretending? He kind of realizes, and meanwhile in the court is full of his fan base, and I said Lady Gaga, yeah, Harley Quinn, and then he basically just turns around, in short says, "Listen, guys, there's no Joker, it's me. I don't want to do those things. There was no split penalty." And basically telling the guy, listen, guys, there's no character.
It's all an act, yeah.
I put on act now. What I did then, I did it as a normal person, which in a weird way, and it's a movie, it's a film. I don't know why that would turn those people off, because they wanted, it's like they wanted this above and beyond character called the Joker.
They wanted validation for their base desires as represented in the Joker. Like,
so,
Joker
why can that base
because now he's showing that, I'm a normal human being that made a mistake.
No, one sec. So if I may, what you guys are saying is, I know this is going to sound a bit ridiculous, but this is actually quite reminding me of Donald Trump. And
exactly.
No, it is 100%.
Yeah. Yes. And the way he has his followers and people who are fanatics and people who are, and Donald Trump, obviously, he plays the character when he goes on the podium. I mean, he's racist. He's probably an odious character, but he plays up to a lot of the theatrics when he goes on the podium and he's talking or whatever.
Yeah.
And if Donald Trump ever comes out and says, "Hey guys, I'm actually a cool, chilled guy. You know, I like to eat breakfast with my family. I'm not this crazy racist.
I don't believe in any of this.
I don't believe in any all that stuff I've been telling you guys.
Yeah.
Lie. I just believe that too.
And I'm sorry, but I'm going to become a Democrat and I'm supporting Kamala Harris.
That's my issue. That's my issue with that.
Okay.
Everything this guy did, he still did it, and he did it for the same reasons. They just wanted.
They read his actions.
The only thing he's admitting in court is that I don't have a split personality.
No, you're missing the points. You're missing the point. When he did it as this thing, he committed a crime.
He betrayed them,
glamorous. He made it okay. I'm doing this thing. It's glamorous. It's okay to do this particular action. And then you're facing with the man that said, "Oh no, I'm sorry about this thing. Like, this is not right. Blah blah blah. I'm guilty." It betrays the expectation of, we are going to be jokers. They
feel betrayed. They feel betrayed that everything that they consider their core values is something is just a suit that this guy wears and he plays and he acts, and then, but in reality, it's opposite of that. It's maybe not an act, but
okay. No, you're right. This is my whole issue, and this is probably why this film is bad in my view. It was never an act what he did in the first film.
It's not my point is, it's not an act for him. The intention behind the actions, like when he killed Murray, Joker wasn't thinking of making a statement by killing Murray.
No, I agreed.
Yeah. But the fans, he killed him out of, like, it was a spontaneous decision. I'm angry. I'm vetting. But everybody else, like the entire supporters, they read into what he's doing as an entire movement. That fuck the police, fuck authorities movement, and that they read, okay, this is why you are killing Murray, because you are all supporting an entire protest, an entire movement. It became the figurehead of the movement and all of that. So now finding out that this figurehead of the movement, regardless of whether he did the actions or not,
Yeah.
does not
Yeah.
even believe in the movement and is completely
Okay.
Yeah.
how do I what word did I use here now?
Did he
It's
look
a
at them
completely
with
weakened,
distaste?
yeah. It's
Did he
not
did
distaste,
he
No, no,
like
no, 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 no.
no, I'm asking. No, I'm asking. I haven't seen it. I'm saying, did
No, no,
he
no, no.
look at them with distaste, or was he
No,
just saying, look?
no. He looked
Okay.
almost regrets,
regrets and
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
especially at Harley,
Yeah,
I see.
and she
Okay.
was obviously she was pissed.
she
Now,
was pissed.
so
Okay.
let's talk about Harley.
Yeah,
So
Let's talk
throughout
about
this
Harley.
film, Harley is an enabler of this whole Joker persona. That's what she wants. That's what she's pushing. She's your typical person who writes pen pals to serial killers in jail.
yeah.
She in the film, as far as we know, there's nothing wrong with her mentally.
There is.
She
She's not okay.
no, there's nothing wrong. As far as we know, there's nothing wrong with her. She checked herself
Yeah,
in willingly
yeah.
to that side so that she could be near
Joker.
Joker.
That
And
that by itself is not normal.
yeah, but then
Exactly. That's why I said
yeah,
there's
but what I'm
something
saying
wrong
is
with that.
it's not a mental. People who write pen
Mm.
pals, they're not deemed mentally, are they?
I mean, even
Insane.
in
But
comics,
if
Ali is
she's
not
checking
mentally
herself
ill.
in, then there's some
No,
obsessive involved in.
in the comic,
She's like
she's
when she
clinically
meets
insane.
until she meets the Joker, like she was a
Oh
normal psychiatrist
yeah,
until she meets the Joker.
yeah. The Joker. Yeah, you're right. The Joker. But
Yeah,
in this case, it's almost the other way around. She's the
yeah,
one pushing the Joker down this path.
yes.
Now, in terms of Lady Gaga, thumbs up. I thought she was excellent. She's my
Brilliant.
favorite part of this film, and she's also my biggest disappointment in this film
Disappointment? Why?
because all the stuff I expected her to do, and I said more of her in this film. There's not that much of her in my view than the trailer hinted at. There's a lot of stuff in the trailer I didn't see in this film at all,
Yeah.
and I was wondering why. Where's the two particular scenes that annoyed me now? I was looking for it.
The scene of them kicking, walking down the stairs.
Yeah, and her doing that hip thrust.
Yeah,
Where did that
I don't know
go?
why that was cut. They cut out a lot of Lady Gaga parts of the
Wasn't that
movie.
part? Wasn't that part? Oh, you're talking about that part in the trailer because that's
Yes.
the
Yeah,
trailer, right?
it's not in
And
the
there's one
movie.
scene, I think she was walking up the steps and she kissed
Oh, so we're
one
gonna
woman.
get a director's
Wait,
cut.
what happened? I
I
can't
hope
remember the
not.
trailer. She kissed one woman in one trailer.
So they cut out a lot of the.
A lot.
They mentioned that they cut out. They actually mentioned in the movie that in the interviews
Right.
that they
Okay.
cut out a lot of Lady Gaga scenes from
Why?
the movie,
Okay.
which
Do you
I
know
feel
why?
is a mistake.
Yeah. So she.
I mean, the movie is long enough already.
Yeah.
So
So can I talk about her? So in terms of her, I liked her. I liked her energy. This is the
yeah.
first time I've seen her in a movie. I've never watched anything with
Oh,
Lady
she's
Gaga in.
brilliant and she can act.
So
You
I
should
was
see her. Yeah.
I was quite impressed. Also, during the musical bits, and don't get me wrong, I think the musical bits were boring
Terrible.
and everything, but I did enjoy. You can see naturally she has musicality in her body. Even the way she was moving when I will watch her. Jackie Felix was obviously trained to do some moves, but there was no, you know the difference between how a let me get racist a bit here. How like a you know how like when you play music for a black guy and without doing much, you just you can see the musicality
You can rock the
versus
rhythm.
some of these pop trained people who just do moves. They athletic, they could do great moves, but it's synchronized moves and dancing. The musicality was in Lady Gaga. I could see it. I liked it.
So, recommendation for you: A Star Is Born.
Now,
Yeah,
I'm
you should watch that.
I'm
very
coming to
sad.
watch.
No, that
It's a
one.
good
You
film.
should watch that
Very sad.
movie.
It's very good.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to make me cry, is it?
No.
No. You're not Kex.
I felt it though. So yeah,
And
Yeah,
that's
I
you
know
you
know
that
me.
one. Said that one. You're not
that's you,
Kex.
man.
You won't cry in this
You're
movie.
not
Don't
normal
worry.
now.
No,
Okay.
that one
I agree.
So yeah,
Okay.
Lady Gaga brilliant in the movie,
Yeah, very
100%.
brilliant.
Yes,
So
like even the
all my list of good things, I just
she's
wrote
there
down Lady Gaga and Produce. Those are my
and
two
Puddles,
highlights.
good things.
I
Yeah.
want to mention something else, and I mentioned a lot
Okay.
of good things here. But obviously, when you're watching a shower of shit, the diamond sparkle even brighter. I
No.
like the way they did the relationship. You know your typical prisoner and his jailers, where
Yeah.
the jailers are very brutal to the.
Yeah.
In a way, this was so stereotypical like that. There was brutality at some points, but it wasn't the over the top one that nobody would expect. There were almost
There might have been one over the top
there
scene that
was
you cut
but
to
that was
black
that
from.
was a reaction
Yeah.
to what he said in court about them.
Okay.
So they felt betrayed. Even they felt so. Basically, Kex and Red, these guards, they kind of try and joke around with Joker in the cell. They're still stern, but they don't really. They're almost like I don't know what is it like a pet prisoner of theirs or something like that.
Yeah,
In a
but they're
way,
still like it makes their casual, and I think I like the way they did it here because
yeah,
it makes how casually wicked they are to Joker stand out even more.
yeah. So
Because
which is what I'm saying
they are
is,
normal guys joking
it,
around and
yes,
just slapping him, but the way they treat him is like is almost worse because it's more relatable than if you're just beating on him every day.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. This was
Yeah.
the situation was different from your typical
Oh
school.
yeah.
What was the cruelty? What was the cruelty that they were doing to him?
Well, the best example is this is before the main cruelty because
Yeah.
Joker then did something. Joker basically said something in court about
Yeah.
them, and
Yeah.
Okay.
not even directly. Like it's almost like you know when
A throwaway jab.
a stray bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah,
pissed them off because this show was this court trial was being televised. So
yeah.
when he
Yeah.
got back, he paid for that.
They took it out.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
previously, there was one scene where they were shaving him, and the guy, to be honest, like just be careless, cut him. And they don't really
Oh,
care. They just, I don't think he didn't do it on purpose, but he also didn't really care.
He didn't care.
okay,
Yeah, he
okay.
didn't really care that.
He's the kind of guy that they slap around. Oh, Joker, tell us a joke now this
Yeah,
morning,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
laugh. They hit him.
yeah.
There was a time where he asked for a
But
cigarette.
yeah, but they give you
Yeah,
secrets. They give you. I want
yeah,
they hit him. It's not like they beat him up or they like pat him on. You know those slaps on the back. Ah, ha, ha, bam.
yeah.
But they'll give him
Yeah,
I
like
secrets.
see.
the way bullies
Yeah,
would just be tossing Junior's head in school. It's
So
Yeah,
just casual. Yeah, just beat his head.
Casual
Oh,
meanness.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
mm,
yeah,
That
mean.
yeah,
So I want to ask you. So the way you guys are describing this movie, uh, it actually sounds like a good movie.
no, it's not.
no.
No.
It's
No,
not.
no, no. The way you are describing this movie, the
Kex,
premise of this movie. Wait, man. The premise of this movie, where it is a case of this person has now been sort of romanticized and
yeah,
celebritized, and
Mm,
and it is actually now causing the person to act in that manner to
mm.
justify his celebrity status or his fame. And I typically like court cases anyway. So it sounds like on paper
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was a bad film. And let me ask
On
something. If this was not a musical,
it was too bad.
could
no,
it have been better?
I would like it. It should have done better.
It
That
was
one you
too.
might not like it, but it should have done way
It was
better.
too bad, and I'll tell you why it was too bad. So if
Okay.
I rip out, let's
Oh, let's talk about all the musicals.
so so to talk about the musicals, what it did was basically slow down the movie. The musicals it slowed that the movie. It made it more tiresome to get through. There were not really great musical pieces in my mind. People
Were
And
wanted
they
to,
the
established songs
musicals,
that we already know? Were they
no,
established
No.
songs that we know?
they were
no.
almost
See
they were
that
pointless. They were
So
pointless.
they're
that's the worst
originals.
part.
They're
No, they're not
originals.
originals. They're not originals.
Oh,
They're
is
popular
that what
songs.
you meant?
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant that are they songs that we already know?
Yeah,
Oh
they're
yeah,
pop
probably
songs.
pop songs.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
but
that's what I
the
meant.
problem with the
Okay.
musical is that, like I said, it does not have to be seen.
yes,
It just like, oh, we're having a scene that happens, and the Joker is thinking, and the thinking is a 4 minute song,
yeah.
and this happens every single time. Every few
Okay.
minutes, we get a song. Now, a normal musical will take a song that establishes something in the plot. Maybe the plot is happening, and they are singing about the plot.
even moves it forward.
Yeah, or moves the plot forward.
Yeah.
This doesn't. It just sings about something either completely random or something we already know about, or just Joker said, "I'm in
You
love
are
for 4 minutes."
you're making this sound
I,
very,
I,
very
and
It is. You
also
see,
Bollywood type.
to be honest,
every single time they open, yeah,
with those musicals, I will add that animation at the beginning. I would
I'll
lock
add
it
it
in
to
with the
it.
musical. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
You what?
The music, like
It
There's
started
an
the film
animation
starts.
scene in the beginning.
Yeah, it starts with an
Yeah,
animation. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm saying that what if all this Jara was taken out?
So okay, in my view, if you take this all
Uh-huh.
out,
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with this film because
Okay.
the part I like the most was the Puddle's testimony, and I wish there was more of that. There's more real
No, yeah.
delving into this whole psychology of Joker and psychology of the fans that Tunde's highlighted.
Yeah.
We see this baying mob. There's no real beyond Lady Gaga who comes in and talks to it. There's no real.
There's a scene at the end.
In the end, yeah, but in the end,
Yeah, in the end, yeah.
To be honest, the court case, in a way, is almost my favorite part of this whole thing. But
yeah,
but even that had its flaws. Like when he started representing himself, that initial part where he was putting up the act, even that I found, oh,
what are you doing?
Yeah, because when he's talking, when you a court case, what you enjoy because when people come up with some clever lines, some clever thoughts, or some. When he was representing, I thought that's what we're going to get some like insane ideas that might, but it wasn't. It was meh.
You know, for a moment there, I thought his entire difference in the court case was act like the Joker, act like not the Joker, and show they are two clearly separate personalities.
Yeah.
But that was not what they were going for. Yeah. But yeah,
I think it might. I mean, again, I don't know Todd Phillips. I just think he had no idea what he wanted to do, and it might be anymore
with the court case. Yeah, I won't be so. I won't.
Yes. And
yeah,
and how do I end this? And
no,
the end ending, of the film we will come to in a minute.
I love the ending actually, but we'll get there. But Kex, to your point, if you take out the musicals, the movie becomes a lot easier to watch because I could feel myself, and I was in the hall. There were a couple of people in the hall with me. I could feel everybody take a collective sigh of annoyance whenever they start singing.
Yeah.
And it got to the point it became very exhausting.
I think it's that music that actually pisses people off so vociferously that makes them like hate this film. Because
and it's not saying you can't make a musical
really bad. I mean, there are films with worse premises, worse acting, worse. But I think the music specifically is getting on people's nerves. So that was a really bad call. I mean,
in my view, okay. So I'm going to say something. I'm going to be like people on the internet. I'm going to be like Cal, who makes statements about films they've never seen before. So I'm going to make a statement about a film I've never seen before, and it's a film that you just mentioned that I should go and watch. This
The Greatest Showman.
No. This
Star is Born.
Yes, Star is Born.
Yeah.
When I was watching this film,
I
said to myself, "Can you what is this guy trying to do?" Then I said to myself, "What I know what he tried to do with the first Joker. He was ripping off Taxi Driver and Kings of Comedy. Is this guy ripping off some classic musical that I'm not aware of?" So in my mind, I was thinking, and my mind went straight away to A Star is Born, maybe because I knew Lady Gaga was in it. So my mind went to that because remember also in Joker, the films he ripped off, he had actors from those films in the Joker. So I was thinking, this film is trying to rip off A Star is Born. So that's what I said. I'm going to do like social media, talk about something that I've never seen before.
This is just a bad bit. Musicals are not like this. This is a terrible musical all by itself. Like it's not ripping up anything. It's badly placed songs, weirdly placed songs. Everything about it. As a musical, I think Todd Phillips fails.
Who is singing?
Lady Gaga is singing. This guy, Joaquin Phoenix is singing, and they are singing beautifully. Like if you watch them as music videos, you'll be mildly interested in this set.
Does any other character?
Mildly, yes. Use the word mildly.
Does any other character sing?
No, it's just two of them.
Oh, by the way, we have Harvey Dent in this film.
Yeah. We'll get yeah, we do. We'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, those are like little Easter eggs. We'll get to in a bit. Yeah. But
so I want to ask you a question as well. So wait, sorry. 1 second. So it's just those two that sing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And because obviously in all the other musicals we've seen, it's not just one POV that is singing. It's everybody singing at some point, or other characters. Like, if you watch Les Miserables or something, Hugh Jackman does his bits, Russell Crowe does his bit later on when they're in certain circumstances and they start singing or thing. Now, so it's just these two psychotic people that sing throughout this movie at different points. The judge doesn't, Harvey Dent doesn't go into a musical number. When they go into a musical number, is it like
it's all in their mind?
Yeah.
That is my question today. You've answered my question. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's
Carry on.
all in
Thank
their
you.
mind. Like
Isn't it
it's
in
not
their
as if
head?
they are singing and plot is happening around
Yeah,
them.
they're
Yes,
You
thinking.
just see Joker stay
all
in
in
the
their
final
head.
distance. He starts singing. The plot, the
Even
set
even even
appears,
the
and
scenery changes. The scenery
Thank you.
changes.
the scenery changes,
Yeah.
and then his song
Thank you.
finishes, and he goes back to what he was doing before.
Thank
Not again.
you. So Todd Phillips is using that
That
psychosis
style
as
of
a way
musical,
of
yeah.
pushing it. Okay, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you,
And
thank you.
then
All right, all
all
right.
the
You wanted
musical
to
mix for a very funny joke at the end, that one, where where he confronts Harley Quinn at the end, and Harley Quinn starts singing, and he says, "No, please, not
Oh,
again, no more songs." And I swear, everybody in my cinema started laughing at that scene because it expressed exactly
yeah.
how we were feeling in that moment when it goes, "No more songs." Yeah. But yes, so
Wow.
that's it about it. We've talked to death about the musicals
Let's just
easily.
go Harvey
As a
Dent
musical,
quickly.
this
Tell
is
me about
bad.
Harvey Dent just very quickly.
Also,
Harvey Dent.
Avidence is the lawyer
Prosecutor.
representing the
Yeah,
states. He's
Yeah.
still an
yeah.
assistant DA here.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
towards the end, when the court is exploded, he
Oh
gets
yeah.
the
Yeah. We didn't mention that.
infamous
We didn't mention
Two
that bit.
Face.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like,
nobody has mentioned that he became Two Face here. So he
yeah,
becomes
they
Two
come
Face
Two
in this movie.
Face.
You know
Yeah, it's
what?
a throwaway cameo.
Yeah. It
It's a
basically
throwaway,
at the climax. Well, I won't say the climax of this. They block these Joker fans.
yeah.
I'm presuming he's one of them.
They blow up the
They plant
court.
a car bomb, and the whole court explodes. So Joker
Yeah,
once again, and almost in an echo of the first film, he kind of escapes into the mob.
yeah.
But then he's arrested very quickly later on. He escapes
No,
to the mob.
he's
He
not
goes to
even
the stairs.
arrested.
He goes to the
Yeah, I
steps.
want to talk about that scene, and I
Yes.
really like that scene. That's the third thing I'm going to mention in things I
Okay.
like about the movie.
I
Where
didn't know that
Joker,
one. Yeah.
before they blow it up, they actually find Joker guilty.
Guilty. Yep.
Then
Yep.
they blow it up. Joker walks out, and then some of his Joker fans they catch him, they put him in the car,
Yep.
they rescue him, and they're driving up, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going to start a revolution. Yes, we have the Joker with us." They're talking about, "Oh, we're going to blow up everybody. We're going to cause all these kind of things." Yeah, and then so
So it's echoing here.
someone's yeah,
Sorry,
okay,
guys.
good,
Yeah.
no problem. And then the Joker realized that, oh, these people are actually mad.
Yeah.
And that's when you see that there's a difference between him and the rest of them. He gets out of the car and he starts running away from the Jokers that were chasing him. So we finally see a point where Joker is running away from his fan base. And I actually like that sequence. Up until he gets to where Ali Quinn, he meets up with Ali and Ali kills him. So there's that as well. But yeah, I like that. Anyway, what
Well,
else is there to talk
who
about?
kills him?
No, Ali shoots him in the stomach.
Okay.
No, did she
Yeah.
shoot him or she just walked away? Sorry.
No.
I keep
No.
mistaking. She shot him in the dream.
In the dream,
Yeah.
yeah, in the sequence, in the kind of I don't know what you want to call it, a dream sequence. She shoots him, but
She just,
she
but
doesn't
then
really.
she just
Yeah.
walks away.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
had dream sequences in there too.
All the musicals are
Oh yeah.
dream sequences.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how bad it is. We have like 11 dream sequences where they're just singing.
Was it, I didn't realize it was that much. I know. I just don't
It
know.
was a lot.
I don't
It was
think
a lot.
old Bollywood is even this bad the way you're
It's not. No, it's not this bad.
No.
Red.
I
Old
trust me.
Bollywood is not this
The
bad.
Bollywood set pieces
Yeah.
are proper set pieces.
Okay.
This was more about them singing. There's no real. I don't know how. There's no ramatas. If that, do you know what I mean?
No razzmatazz, no setup,
Yeah,
no
you know.
they
Yeah.
just fall into a
Just
song.
singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the way they were, I don't know how to describe it. There's a way, in a way, in Glee, a lot of the people in Glee were very poppy, very preppy, like meant to very upbeat
Yeah.
type. These were not really like that. I mean, I guess some people, it depends on your musical
Might
taste.
enjoy it, but
Yeah.
no.
So there's a lot of element of that. And that's another thing, because you talk about the second crowd. I got confused. You just had a court case where everybody got disappointed, and all your fans have turned away. But I guess there was some that were still supporting, because there's still some on the street that were still like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, Joker, you're my guy," and they try to wheel him away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes,
Do you want
yes, that as well.
to spoil? You want to spoil the ends?
I'm going to spoil the end now. And
Okay.
this is where I think I actually like the movie and I hated the musical part. So Kex, the way the movie ends, is
Okay.
the Joker is back in the in asylum, and as he's
Okay.
walking away, we meet a guy that we've been seeing in the background for a
Yes.
long time. Throughout the entire movie,
Yeah.
every time Joker is in prison, we see this guy in the background.
Yeah.
Then this guy walks up
Yeah.
to Joker and says, "Oh, let me tell you a joke.
Yeah.
What does a psychopath tell to the clown
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
admires? He says you are a disappointment, and he shoots him to death. He kills Otto Fleck in jail,
Yeah.
and that's how the movie is supposed to end. But in the background, we see this psychopath take a knife to his face and draw the Joker insignia.
Wow.
Yeah, indicating that he's going to become the Joker. I
The
think
new Joker.
Gotham has,
Yeah.
yeah, the new Joker. In the
And
ga-
when he shifts this guy, that's very clear.
yeah,
He shifts him like proper, like it was
there's
Like,
chong. Yeah,
there's no way that Otto is coming back. Like he's making Todd Phillips is making it very clear that this guy is dead.
yeah.
He's absolutely dead.
In Nigeria, we say "Oh, Gunyana," like
you know,
songs.
you remind me of this thing I heard that what that public tap Siduku, as in that's basically like the public in Nigeria guy
Yes,
is a tap that's always
yes,
open and literally doesn't have it can't be closed. So it basically
yeah,
shipped him to death. Yeah. Okay.
exactly. So
I want to
I
ask.
want to
Oh,
do
sorry.
something.
Sorry.
I'll stop in
Go
here
first.
quickly about him shivering to death, and that. But this is why I like this movie.
Okay,
So
go
it
on.
makes part one and part two basically the tragedy of Otto Fleck, and
Yep.
that gave rise to a Joker or even a series
Mhm.
of Jokers in future.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So it's not a Joker film about
And gave rise to Batman
and Batman yet. So it's not a Joker film
and
about
Two Face.
and Two Face
Yes.
and Harley
I was
Quinn.
going to go back. Literally going to go back to
Yeah.
the shoe face. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like so when you view it like that, these two movies, Part One and Two, as about
Yes.
this guy and
Yeah.
this mad guy and what he suffered in the system and what led
Yeah.
him to his death, it
Yeah.
becomes I think it becomes a much better experience watching than thinking about I'm watching about the
You
Joker.
know what? Do you know what?
I,
This
Yeah.
is the exact opposite of how I feel.
That one.
I feel that I feel, despite the success of the first movie, I've always felt that that movie cheated by calling itself a Joker film. I mean, if it called itself the Jester or whatever it was, and
Yeah.
the central character called himself John C. Riley or whatever he decides to call himself, and had it would have been a billion, but I think it would have still been a successful film, and I would have had a little more respect for it. It would have been
Yeah.
a billion, but it would have because it had a very cheap budget. So yeah, it would have. I think it would have probably made like 500 or something. Definitely not a billion. I mean, it rode the coattails of the Joker to get to that
Yeah.
billion, not just on
Yeah.
the merits of its own. I'm a good film. Now that has now given rise to a sequel, which they try to now make it a bit more gimmicky, and I feel it's a bit. I'm actually quite disappointed that Harvey Dent becomes Two Face, and I'm using
right.
air
So,
quotes
so,
here in
so,
this
so
film.
Kex, let's be very
Yeah,
careful here.
yeah.
Have you ever become
Yeah.
Two Face?
Mm.
That Joker in the background. If you
Mhm.
don't know, if you're not deep in it, you will never notice it. It's
It's
literally
cameo.
it's
Blink
off
and
to the
miss
side.
it.
So it's not
So
like
I'm talking about so the Harvey
they,
Dent one, we don't actually see he half burnt face.
We see
well,
we
you
see
see
an
him holding his face
explosion.
because there's explosion
We
and
see
it's
some balls on
so
his face.
yeah. But if you're just watching it,
Okay,
that
okay,
could have been anybody who's hurt in an explosion. But because
okay,
Yeah.
we know who he is, we say
okay.
you understand? And the same goes that background one as well. I guess that more people could think that this guy there might be Jumper might think why is this guy doing that?
No,
Is he
if you
mocking
don't
Joker
know,
or is he
Mm.
going to become
yeah,
Joker?
if you don't know, you think he's just mimicking Joker because
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the film has been about people copying
Yeah, correct.
Joker.
Yeah,
You just think, oh,
yeah,
he's copying Joker and
Yeah.
becoming
I
So
don't know,
it's
guys.
not.
And
Yeah,
even the Harley becoming Harley the Harley becoming Harley. If you're not a comic fan, you won't even know that.
You won't even know that that's what's happening. Yeah.
You won't even know that
yeah,
that
I
woman is
know.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but again, my thing is, why are you peppering this movie with little Jara bits of?
No, I think this is why they
It's
compared it to
kind of.
Animal.
I find it a bit disingenuous and irritating, to be
I
honest.
no, but
Like,
I see. Let me put it this
yeah,
way. At
yeah,
the end
it's
of
just a
this
personal
movie,
thing. Mm.
yeah, I guess it, but like at the end of this movie, I will
Yeah,
be happy. Like I can see a Batman coming up in this world, and I'll be interested in that story because I like the way it has set up. Like Harley Dent, and the new Joker, I won't be mad about these characters becoming who they are in future. I can see their trajectory
I have
towards
no
that part.
interest in revisiting
Is
this.
it a
No.
DC? Is it a DC
Let me put it this way.
movie?
Let me put it this way. I'm not
Tunde,
interested in seeing that
Tunde,
world.
is it a
Like I'm not
DC?
interested in
Is
this.
it a DC movie?
Red, I'm not saying they should make the movie. I don't want them to make the movie. But I'm saying that Todd Phillips, in the way he set up this particular movie, the way he ended it,
Mm.
it's not as if he ended it in a way that is unfaithful or disrespectful to the Batman mythos. This is a world as of the end of the movie where you can see Batman coming out from, basically.
So hold that thought,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I want you to apply it to our last topic,
Which one?
the Penguin part.
Yes. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right. Should we rate this? You guys want to rate this one?
Yes.
God. So
We have
Any
5
final
star.
thoughts?
There's a
Anything we've
5-star
not talked
system.
about?
So
Oh wait, that one last thing I want to talk about.
yes.
The what's her name? Zazie Beetz.
she's
Oh
back.
yes. Sorry, I forgot about that
Oh, I
scene.
didn't know she was back. I
Yeah,
thought she wasn't here anymore. Okay.
No, she also was a witness in the court.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
again, this is what I said, that the court bit, those bits are like my favorite bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was okay, and she almost presented an opposite version of Puddles in my way. She had more anger towards what Joker did.
Yeah.
She was more like, she was not like, Puddles was terrified. she was furious, I guess, in a way.
And she made a good case for, like, in part one, she lets Joker go when Joker breaks into her house.
Yeah.
And we the audience is fine with that. Like,
Yeah.
we're happy she lets him go. Here she makes a good case of, no, I should have called the police at that particular point. And then it was when she said that I realized, yes, why didn't you do that?
Yeah,
In the
because
first movie, it didn't occur to me.
no, yeah, but to us, it didn't occur because normally she did not realize this guy's that level of psycho.
No, you don't have to be that level of psycho for you to call the cops for a guy that broke into your house.
I'm telling you, because he looked confused. I tell you, a lot of people do this. A lot of people would
Yeah, I would like to. I would like to. She could have just looked at it as he's a harmless weirdo, as opposed to someone that will spark that kind of a not
it's quite
revolution,
common.
but that kind of a
Look at this
It's-
job. Even
look
where
at this weirdo.
when I go to work, there's one guy there now. It's clearly not job now. Walking up and down the street, and nobody they just leave him.
And the person, but okay, no wala. But yes, there's and that scene is really good. That's the scene that makes him, and that's why I like this, because as a mental case, that's where, because of what she's saying about what the mother thinks of him, it fits into his insecurities, and it's what triggers him to say, you know what, I'm going to be what these people want me to be. Because the Joker character, it's a persona he plays up for confidence sake. And when his mom, through Zazie, breaks in, like, I could feel those, and this is where Joaquin is a good actor. You could feel those things hitting home for Joaquin when she was saying that, oh, your mother told you this thing, and she was disappointed in you being a clown, going off a very stupid story told you as a child, and like all those little, but yeah, that was another good scene in the movie. Yes, let's rate it and move on at this point.
You know what? I'm going to give this film a 1.5 out of 5.
After everything you said.
Yeah, I actually expected lower, but okay.
No, it's weird because for me, I'm giving it a 3/10, which is, to me, it sounds better but I can't give it a 1, so it's going to be 1.5 for me out of 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's my main problem with this movie. I've said it is exhausting to watch. Like, if I'm watching this movie again, I'll be skipping the musicals. If there was that option, it will make it a lot better to watch. But I like what the guy is trying to do with the movie. I like the ideas he's trying to present. I like the deconstruction of Joker in this movie as a concept. So I'll give it 2.
Okay,
Just a 2/5. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Ket, Red, I'll rather, if you want to, and for the audience, if you want to watch this, wait for it to come out on HBO so you can see.
I can assure you. I can promise you I'm not going to watch it.
I would
No,
not.
no,
I would
Ket,
not.
I would recommend you, like, you can watch the movie, but
Yeah,
the
I
skip
watch
button
Edison.
makes it a lot easier to watch.
Yeah.
a lot easier. Like the experience would be significantly better
So what I
if you
said,
can skip the songs.
so what I said to Duke, I said it's a bad film. I thought it's a bad film. I said, but he personally, I think he has to go and watch it in cinema.
Wow.
No, because Duke is such a hard-died Batman fan that unless you hit him in the head with a baseball bat, he won't agree.
So we need to see the pain in all its glory.
Yeah, I know sometimes he because me and him had a big different opinion on the first one.
Yeah,
he might still be thinking, oh no,
Nah.
that's your
why
view
you're
is.
carrying it over.
nah.
So I said, oh, go and watch it. I don't want you to be saying that it's me that put you. Go and watch this film in the cinema and have your own view on this.
It's like no matter how much of a fan you are, no matter how much you like the first one, this film will tire you out. It's too tedious.
Right. So can I go back to that point I was trying to make where about the 11-minute clapping in?
Oh god, I don't get it.
I honestly
think it's a lie.
No. So here's my issue. As I was watching this film, I was saying to myself, those crazy arty-farty. These are the people who go to a museum. Somebody takes a cow dung, splashes it on the floor, and they start waxing lyrical. Oh, look at the angles, look at the shadows. Oh, this cow must be eating milk or yogurt. Something like that. Something stupid. So I could see those type of people reading all sorts of stuff into this musical aspect and waxing lyrical in a kind of emperor's cloth. You know when the naked emperor, but they start saying, "Oh, look at the clothes he's wearing." That is why. So everybody who clapped in that thing, they should take a picture of them and remove the card for being a parameter of any kind of taste ever.
Yeah, no, because like we've said this before, like the musical sequences by themselves, they are well produced musical sequences. It's not good. It's mildly interesting, like I said earlier, but they are well produced. It's not that it spoils the movie.
One second. 11
minutes.
No, yeah, I was
11-minute clapping for.
No, they are mad. Those ones are mad.
Yeah, I was literally going to say the exact same words that he said that. You can't clap for 11 minutes.
You can't clap for 11 minutes for this movie.
You can't.
Like, I didn't clap for 11 minutes for Endgame.
I
didn't clap for 11 minutes for Infinity War.
I said this is what Titi after Ragnarok doing Love and Rockets.
No.
Yes, it is.
No. Washington made a bad film. Like I can't discuss.
Sorry, so this is where I disagree.
You disagree? This was a bad movie.
This is where I would totally disagree. I would, as bad as Love and Rocket is, it was not a sludge. It was not boring. It was not hard work.
No, sir, it wasn't a slug, but like I won't let me this way.
I won't
discuss this movie. I won't discuss Watiti's movie as much as I've discussed this movie. I won't find things to go on as much as discuss.
Why I compared the two was this is where you feel somebody is free reign and
fair enough.
Shut the bed.
Yeah, but that is indeed a similarity. I think where there is a dissimilarity, however, is that Todd Phillips has respect for the material. Taika Waititi did not have respect for that material when he did that movie.
Although some fans will tell you
he did not care. He didn't care about
but
the thing is, he did a good film. He did a good film. The first one where everybody can.
I understand, but he did a good film that. I mean, he did a good film and he got lucky. I can say that. But I prefer when somebody says, "I love this thing, but I made a mistake. I misconstrued how people would receive it." Or because definitely this guy Todd Phillips, in his head, he had this whole thing planned out that this is going to be a different take, and it's going to be told via the POV of these guys, and it's going to be told via musical. You can tell that he loves what he's created in the first one, and he's trying to put something new into it. I mean, Taika Waititi just ramped up the first Ragnarok in Love and Thunder, and he made it by 1,000. And said basically, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. This is what I want.
You know what?
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to say something.
On that.
As much as I've talked of this movie, I think it's probably easier to watch Love and Thunder than to watch
Of
this movie.
It's no,
course.
it is.
No,
By
that's
far.
not. That's not the. That's not on
Yeah,
We
yeah,
know that.
on
We
the
already
docket.
know that.
yeah.
No,
What,
no,
what,
no.
what I said to Duke was
Yeah,
Mobius.
yeah.
I said Mobius is a worse film,
Well, it's
but
easier
it's
to
But
easier.
an
watch.
easier
It's
watch.
easier to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Even Madam Web. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
But
All those films
however,
are easier to watch
Not
like
a
this.
I
killer.
did hear that.
Go ahead.
I heard that there was no test screening for this film. That he didn't
Oh, is that
test
true?
this film. Yeah,
You
I
didn't?
read that he didn't test this film. I read that. I'll look for it, and we'll
Okay.
probably put it on our socials that he didn't test this film. So
And
that's also,
200 million and Zaslav will not allow him to test the film. That
but
would be weird.
it's not really under Zaslav's this thing again. But if
So
you
I
can
so
Google
what
it on the side, I'm using my phone at the moment.
so
Remember,
I think my understanding is
Mm.
that he did not want to make this film. They begged him, and basically one of the conditions was okay, no interference. I do what I like, and that went for both Todd and Joachim. So basically,
Yeah.
they the Warner Brothers, let me say DC, was so desperate to get him back. Obviously trying
Yeah,
to catch like second time that they listen. You do what you like. Just come and make another
I
film.
mean,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
to be
You're
fair,
right. They didn't test the film.
yeah. I don't think they tested it.
oh, they're
But
still
either
up.
way,
They're still up 800 million.
they're still in the black.
They're
So
still in the
Yeah.
black.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
for the
Oh well.
franchise. So
if they've not finished
They're,
spending all the
well,
money.
they are clearly not making any more because the way they've ended this franchise, nobody. And if that is Todd Phillips' opinion, he gets a standing ovation. Nobody wants any more. He killed off the character. He killed off the franchise. He killed off the world completely. So yes, I think if you want to kill a franchise, this is the best way to kill a franchise. So yeah,
all
Joker.
right, thank
Okay.
you.
Moving on.
Right.
Yes.
Now, from Joker, we move on to Agatha All Along,
Yeah.
episode 4, or is it 3?
Four.
Four. Yeah, episode 4 of Agatha All Along.
Yes.
And that what you were right is as well we are going to be going from test to test for each particular witch. And yeah, this is going to be a slog to get through.
Right. So this episode, I did not like it,
Oh wow.
Oh.
and
That just took the wind out of my back.
I
I had questions for you. I thought you were gonna like it.
I had so much. I feel
Okay, breathe.
it's almost like no, because I actually got really annoyed with this episode. I won't lie, and I got more annoyed with Agatha for what she did for 95% of this episode, only for in maybe the last 2 minutes to show a glimpse of what I'm expecting or what I was expecting to have appeared quite.
But then she defaulted back. Then she defaulted back to
exactly.
the goofy nonsense, right?
Yeah. So
I think I saw that.
it kind of really annoyed me. Because, hang on, no, did that. Oh, this is the Agatha I was expecting to see. Well, more of. I knew there was going to like flip and fall, but and this episode, yeah, we get the story of I can't remember the one who had the rock star mom, and apparently had a curse placed on her, and so in this episode, the riddle was, I can't call it a riddle. What they had to solve was basically kill the curse, and it was another excuse to make a song, to sing, to play music. It was a version of the witch's
You
rose.
said the same song, yeah.
The one the mom the version of the song, but the one her mom sang, right?
So,
Yeah.
you know why this is really upsetting to me, particularly annoying and infuriating, is because of the success of Agatha, or the song Agatha All Along in WandaVision.
Yes,
they are trying to recreate that
correct.
using music, like have a theme song for this, and the way they are going about it is so blatant. Like they were singing the song, and I was just looking and I was just shaking my head that I know you are trying to get me to
So
have this as an
blatant.
ear one, so that I'll
Yes.
be humming
It's
it or
not.
singing it, or it will. It isn't blatant, or it is not an earworm.
The worst part is the
They
first
are
version
trying.
in the first episode was way better than this one.
That
Yeah.
why I don't care. That why I don't care.
And
I don't care.
I
They are
honestly
trying
don't
to
care.
get me to listen to it on Spotify, or like the
I
song,
will
or buy
never,
an album, or
never.
it's so
Yeah, it was
obvious and
blatant. It was blatant.
annoying.
It was blatant.
Ah,
And I think that kind of played into my annoyance as well, especially when I realized this is what you guys are going to do.
It took me
Yeah.
3 tries
Yeah.
to get through this episode because I just kept stopping and I would get up and I'll watch 5 minutes again and I'll get up. I was really, really irritated. I don't like Catherine Hand's Agatha at all. I don't like the way she's portraying the whole
Agatha
mouth
is
thing
here.
she does, the whole like Jack Sparrow-y type
But the
thing she
upper
does
lip,
with her
the upper lip,
hands.
the
The
upper
upper
lip,
lip,
yeah,
yeah, she
yeah.
uses her mouth to act. It really, really upsets me. And where she, so sorry, let's. Can I give a summary of this one?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Yes,
Go
please.
for it.
I'm tired of it already.
Yeah, yeah. They pick up where they left at the end of the last episode with the death of Agatha's neighbor. They realize that they need a green witch to continue on the road, so they do a summoning for a green witch. And lo and behold, the green witch that appears is, I can't remember her name, but the lady that is played by Aubrey Plaza,
Black Hearts.
who Blackheart, yes, who comes out from under the ground in a kind of creepy
Yeah.
Sam Raimi-esque way. No, it wasn't it was yeah, it was cheaply done. But it was supposed to be like sort of zombie type thing. She comes out from the ground and then she's like, hey, I'm gonna join the crew. And they explain that the way magic works is it goes through the path of least resistance. So it will go for the most the one in closest proximity to what they need. And that was her. So she's now here with them and she has joined the coven reluctantly, but we still don't. And as the story, progresses, we get they they get pulled to a house which has a recording studio, and when they get in again, the doors lock, and then the countdown begins. So it turns out I can't remember what. Yeah, exactly. The protection witch has a curse that has been with her since she was a child, and her mom protected her against the curse like physically, but that's one of the reasons why she's not been able to hold down a job, or that's what she intimates. So the curse gets her in trouble wherever she is, or in life. So she hasn't been able to progress. They have to sing a song or a ballad to break the curse, kill the. I don't even know. The boy gets the team gets stabbed somehow. I didn't even see where that happened. But he gets stabbed, and then we are led to believe that Agatha has maternal instincts towards him. And she's like, yeah, save him, save him. The black witch, the potion witch, has her powers back now, and she's able to create a potion that saves the boy. Um, and then we're still getting an insight into the relationship between Agatha and Blackheart. But I have a theory about that, and I'm sure you guys have thought about it as well. So it's nothing shattering. But Blackheart tells Agatha that that's not your child.
Yep.
He's not your son. So I think that's where it ends.
Yep.
So
Yeah, another episode.
my theory will be if this wasn't low expectation, low execution, low everything Marvel, I
Yeah.
would have thought maybe Agatha and Black had planned this and that she knew she was gonna join
Okay.
after, but it just looks like they're just making shit up all as they're moving along. I don't think there's a plan for this show. It's gonna be every episode is gonna be one test for each witch.
One week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think by next episode, the what's her
Divination?
name?
Divination lady.
No, the musician will have her powers back. If
Oh,
what
yeah.
if what we
See.
saw with the black witch is anything to go by,
See.
they're throwing in the thing, and it's also misdirection.
Yeah.
I think they've taken fan
And at this
feedback
point,
from
I don't think any witch is going to die.
no.
No, I
They've
agree.
taken
I agree with
no.
you.
So
Yeah.
they've taken
I
fan
thought they would
feedback
before that.
from WandaVision, and they just throwing everything. When Fisto, the sun, is it the sun? Is it not the sun? I mean, we don't even know. It's just not making sense to me. I struggled to finish watching it. I missed some parts because I was skipping. I won't lie. When she started singing, I'm like, this felt so. Even
Stage.
the lip syncing was bad.
Like,
I was never annoyed by.
Even the lip syncing was terrible. Like you could see that she wasn't the one
Audrey
singing.
Plaza.
I was annoyed by the performance.
Yeah, even Audrey Plaza was.
No, the performance was terrible. Just like
Guys,
I know the rate Audrey, but even in this one,
guys, she's not. I respectfully, she hasn't brought anything to this
at all.
I mean, by anything. Okay. Sorry. I stand corrected. When Agatha was still under the trance as the mayor of Easttown, and Aubrey came in as an FBI agent or whatever from out of town.
Yeah, that bit was
good.
Episode
1. That bit was good. Sorry, I'm taking that back to say that bit was good of Aubrey. But since she's been shown to be this green witch, even from that same episode 1, her accent has just been kind of.
When she came back in, I was expecting her to be, she's gonna bring, but she didn't.
I don't know.
It's like they don't. What's this thing for Catherine and Aubrey? They're not directing them. Just
at all.
They're phoning it in.
At all.
No, I don't even think they're phoning. Just said, okay, you know what? People like stuff you're doing weird. Be as weird as you can possibly be.
I agree. I think I agree.
That is it.
Yeah.
They just said be Jack Sparrow or be Loki.
Yeah.
Be idiosyncratic, but don't act.
Yeah.
I mean, Aubrey is so bad. She's like a mix of. I can't remember she was playing in Parks and Rec. I can't remember her name in Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. If Parks and Rec was
she's like, it's like you said, just
fun with it.
Just imagine if you are that 5-10 years later. It's so irritating.
I've never seen that program.
You need to watch it.
It's actually fun.
You need to watch it. It's top tier. I loathe this series. When they were in the house and they were singing or about to start singing, and they had changed into the whole 70s hippie garb, 60s 70s hippie garb. I was like,
that made me grow.
Captain America died for this. Like Iron Man died for this. Like, what the fuck is this in the same universe?
What the fuck? Even the curse. One of the most cheapest.
Yeah, I think that was deliberate, but it was irritating. Yeah, I think it was deliberate, but it was irritating.
So what are we going to get next episode? Because we've got Wizard of Oz now. We've got Beatles this time around. What are we getting next?
What do you even care?
Have you had Wizard of Oz?
Oh, the whole thing is
the whole road thing. The whole road thing. Clearly, don't leave the yellow brick road.
Stepford sisters.
Nothing would be
we've got Stepford wives.
Stepford wives. We've got
or Desperate Housewives. Yeah, with Pat Marie of East.
Yeah, so I watched it and I was thinking to myself, my enemies are succeeded.
Are you ready to call it your bet now?
I am. I'm actually
like this.
Let me. Can I be honest and tell you how pained I am that I'm tempted to just let it go and just say that you have suffered enough. Just it's paining me and you think that don't worry, let's even just break
the bet. No. We won't allow you to do that, please.
Don't do that.
Our pain is worth something.
Right, can we just rate this and move on to something else, man?
Let's get a move on. It's not worth watching. This is like 0.5. Let's go on.
I'm giving it 0.8.
I'm giving it 1.5.
I've given it a 1, and this is my lowest for anything ever.
Okay. And we're done with Agatha.
Yeah, I did that.
Guys, can I drop?
Can I just say one theory I have, if you don't mind?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, please.
When they are around the campfire and they are sharing scars and stories, and I think Aubrey said that she betrayed someone and took something from them. I think she took this girl's son. I think she took Agatha's son.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's it now.
Yeah, okay. That's it. So sorry.
I assumed that was it.
Telegraph.
Were they also an item?
I think so. So.
They were an item.
Oh, there seems some chemistry there.
I think Aubrey had a job to do. So she took this thing, and obviously Agatha hasn't forgiven her for it. I don't know why Agatha should be angrier, which I don't understand.
Yeah, but this is what I'm thinking. She's almost. Agatha's almost not aware that she has a son.
No, she is.
She sacrificed her son for the road.
No, she's aware.
She's aware, but she's still a bit.
I don't think she can. I don't
I
think
don't
she
know.
can
He doesn't.
remember
It's
I
like
don't.
she's
You
confused.
know the thing they said about the sigil, that if you cast the
Yeah.
sigil, that it affects
Yeah.
you as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She's aware, but she's blank about it. I can't explain it, Sha. I don't know. Okay. All right. Oh,
Okay,
I
moving
didn't
on.
watch the Penguin this week, guys. So
Yeah.
I
Oh,
will leave
This
on you guys.
remains a 10/10 show. 10/10. Easily. I dare anybody to disagree. This show is
Red,
brilliant.
have you caught up?
I've not seen it.
I've,
Okay.
You've
I've,
not
I've
seen
seen
it?
it. I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yes.
That well. Yeah. So,
This episode is the best of all three,
yes.
Okay.
and it addresses a lot of things I had an issue with.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's almost like, oh, calm down, guys. You've watched 2 episodes. We know what we've been doing. So
Okay.
it kind of exposes how other people feel about Penguin, I guess, in this episode, and they put on like we kind of get that nobody trusts him.
Yes.
But they say it to his face now.
Yeah, but now they lay on the line as to why they don't trust him, and there's some history as well, that more of the history between what happened between Sophia and Penguin. But basically, Penguin is the one who got her sent
Locked up.
to Arkham.
Arkham.
Does she know?
No, she knows. Oh, she's very aware.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So
basically,
Penguin used to be a
go on.
driver.
Yeah.
Penguin was driving for Sophia. She did something, or he did something, because she knows, she's saying she's not the Hangman.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some issue there. But Penguin had her framed as the, or something happened, and he
Ah.
casted her to her father,
Yep.
and the father locked up in Arkham
Ah.
because of that. Yeah.
Yep.
So she's taking the fall for that.
Yep.
And then this whole episode is, last episode she and Sophia unite to
Yes. At the end of the episode,
take
to take down her
you would,
uncle.
yeah, in a lesser show, it would be a what is it called, a partnership of equals, like we're
Yeah.
working together.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
one makes it very clear
Yeah.
that as much as we're working together, Sophia does not like this guy.
Yeah.
Every opportunity she gets, she always refers to him as a driver, as a former driver.
Yeah.
When she's making deals,
Yeah.
she's always going on, this is my former driver.
Yes.
She's not like that lack of respect.
She told Victor,
Wow.
Yeah.
this guy will do the
That's
job you are doing for him.
you-
Wow.
Yeah. She tells him that.
yeah. And
But-
yet, like we said, he's still the one making all the deals. He's the one that put her in connection with the people she needs to talk to to sell a new drug
Right.
that she wants to sell.
So
He's the one that sets up VT for her. Yeah.
So my favorite part of this episode, okay, one of my favorite parts. Actually, there's a lot of favorite parts in this film. I won't lie, I love this episode. But one of my favorite parts, and for a very different reason, is we see visually the consequences of the Riddler and all these Batman foes, what they did, how it impacted people on a personal level. You remember how Riddler blew up the water bank?
The seabed.
Yeah.
I mean the sea wall. Yeah.
We see how that drowns Victor's family. We see it. And it's well shot. It's very well done. I love that scene. And this guy and Victor has trauma from that. And he has flashbacks to it. I love that. And also one thing this episode did, I don't know, did you mention that? Is the fact that also we get a bigger deep dive into why Victor should stay with Penguin. Why Penguin's keeping him around. And so it's almost the main thrust of this episode in a way.
Yeah. Kex, you mentioned something last week
Oh, wow.
in the review that Penguin is seducing Victor
Mhm.
to the dark side. Yeah. And this episode actually goes out of the way to explain that. Like, it's not subtext anymore. There's a conversation.
Yes.
There's Penguin explaining this. There's Penguin whining and dining with Victor, congratulating him. Then there's Penguin telling Victor to fuck off. When Victor says he's going away and telling him you are shit and you are nothing, and why he should stay in a life of crime. And we see Victor because Victor has a way to get out. Like a friend of his, the person who was calling him last episode was apparently his girlfriend that also survived. The
Garcia or Gabriela or what's her name?
yeah,
Yeah.
Graciela, yes,
Yeah,
She's
that also survived
yeah,
the
yeah.
and she wants to lift her because also she also lost her parents to the flood.
her whole family as
Mhm,
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's telling Victor to come with her, and Victor has
mhm,
that opportunity to go with her. We see him
mhm.
struggle with that decision, and we see
Yeah.
him go back
Yeah.
to meet Penguin. So it's like
Wow.
Victor's act, and even going back to meet Penguin, we can see him like that was the last sequence scene where
Oh
he
yeah.
rescues Penguin,
Oh yeah.
and we
Yeah.
can see how much he hates himself for what he's doing in that particular moment.
And just to balance it out, well, not balance it out, to make it
Yeah,
even worse, we see Victor interact with his family before they get
before
drowned.
they died. Yeah,
And
Wow.
there's a scene where where a kid's telling, oh dad, you should aspire for more. Why are you not asking for money? And the dad is
that
one
scene
of those
was hard.
content. So no,
Yeah,
listen, we're happy. I've got everything I need. I don't need any
Yeah.
more. And you could see the disappointment of the kids kind of look at this loser, you know. And
Wow.
then obviously he dies, and now he's working with Penguin, and Penguin's telling him, you can see where he's thinking, if my dad saw me now, he would be ashamed of me. And he says it. Because
yeah,
Penguin's trying to say, listen, you're somebody now, you're becoming a big boy, people will be proud of you. But he knows deep that no, actually, my dad wouldn't be. If
My
my dad
dad
saw
would
yeah,
me.
not be proud of me.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And
yeah,
even then, Penguin still makes a good argument that see, yeah, it's not about being proud or not being proud.
yeah,
It's about having
It's
what
about
you
money.
need.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Last.
He even kind of like attacks his dad. Your dad was nobody,
Yeah,
he's a nobody, a mechanic. Unfortunately in this world, that's a nobody, and so he kind of plays, and you see the dilemma of the guy. You can see and ironically, he gets paid for the first time in this episode, and
yeah. And then he
it's
loses
£1 a
everything.
week. The guy was shocked. What? You know, so he's going fine dining. So you can see, and the guy bought clothes for him. He's all got like
Yeah,
proper gear on. So yeah,
Who bought
this
him
is
clothes? Us.
Penguin.
Penguin.
He said that he
Yeah,
had to replicate.
definitely.
He's
The
replicating.
GCG.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
So
replicating.
we
He has
can
to
see
look good.
the like this is
Yeah.
episode on one plot is the fall of Victor and
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
morality, the loss of the
Yeah,
innocence,
yeah, yeah,
basically.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
whatever shred of innocence he has left, because he kills a guy at the end of this episode.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Willingly.
Yes.
Well, yes, but not. It's
Well,
not even shoot him in cold blood.
technically,
Okay.
the guy might not even be dead. Might.
Yeah, they
There's a
might play
small
it off,
chance.
but
Yeah, that he's
he's
not
not
dead.
dead. But yeah,
But it basically rams a guy with a car against the wall.
Okay.
yeah, yeah. In a bit to rescue Penguin. So there's
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah,
aspect
yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah,
Another rescue of the penguin at last minute, by the way.
yeah. But it's not right now. It's not
But
Penguin smart that got him out of this.
oh
It's
yeah,
not
no,
as
no,
if
no,
Penguin
no,
did
no,
some
no,
quick
yeah,
thinking to
yeah, yeah,
escape.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somebody had to rescue him.
Yeah, but
And
no, but no. In a way, this is a repeat of the first episode when he crashed a car
yeah, the
body
kids
to save him at last
saved
minute.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You know what made that scene funny at the end is Penguin and Sophia finally have a heart-to-heart talk.
At
Like
the end of this
Sophia
last
was
episode.
no, yeah, towards the end of this
towards the
episode,
end. Yeah,
like
Okay.
Sophia was accusing him that like, oh, you betrayed me back then. And Penguin was like, yes, it's I she asked him, is it worth it? And he goes on a whole rant of yes, it's worth it. I was a nobody, now I have something.
yeah,
And it was
Yeah.
not like, but I feel bad for what I've done to you. I don't know how I can live with it. I don't know. Like he expresses so he doesn't regret it, but he expresses remorse and he's
yeah.
being very honest with Sophia.
Okay, in a way, to be fair, he is saying because she's the daughter of Akoni,
Yeah.
he
He
didn't think
thought
the
she would be
punishment
safe.
would be that because it's
Yeah.
your dad. Maybe you get slapped around the air, but he said he did not expect her to get committed to.
To
Um,
Arkham.
Yeah,
so after.
And
yeah.
that he regrets that part, but he doesn't regret
What he gained.
getting what
Yeah, what
he
he gained.
yes. And then
Okay.
Sophia is now like, how can I trust you now? I don't know how I can trust how we can go from here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I will show you, just give me an opportunity and I will show you. The very next second.
He's betrayed her.
But let me say that I abandoned her. Like when she
I
got this
ran
man,
away.
and when it actually came in to save Penguin,
Yeah.
he went. Penguin jumped the car. Let's go. So the
Let's
guy
go.
said,
What
"What
of
about
Sophia?
Sophia? Yeah, I'll fuck her." Yeah,
Wow.
he's clearly a survivor. It's all about him,
Yeah.
and yeah.
And
It's
I'm almost sure now that that woman is not going to kill Sophia. What's her name again?
right.
The Marine. She's not going to kill her.
Can I
Agatha.
Yeah.
this hangman thing?
Yeah.
I was going to ask that.
Is this are we are they referencing Long Halloween?
Don't know. It seems like it's a reference to Long Halloween,
It
but I'm
seems
not sure how they are spinning it off here.
yeah. Because for one in the comic she was suspected of
Yeah.
being a killer of people, but she wasn't. So the way people saying the hangman, she's got a nickname. I'm just wondering, was there somebody going around killing people and then Penguin kind of tried to pin it
No,
on her,
yeah.
And
I have
obviously,
no idea how that's.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we'll get more details of it as we go along.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
curious
Yeah.
to know who this hangman is, and
And
I'm
she seems
wondering if
quite
it will be
upset.
uncovered in this series.
And this is the first episode that starts to doubt that is she actually
That's
nuts?
no. She
Exactly,
she
because
says she's not. She
Yeah,
actually says it clearly that she's not the young man.
but I mean, that means there's actually nothing wrong with her mentally at all.
That I don't think there might be something wrong with that method. But
Yeah. So
no, this girl is meant to. It might be as a consequence. It might be
of
as a
going to
consequence
Arkham.
of going to Arkham.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
he's had a few. Remember when that guy was hypnotizing her in the last episode, and it
Yeah.
looked like she was having some.
yeah,
Yeah,
and also in this episode, it makes it very clear that in Arkham, their medication routine is not strictly above board.
Yeah.
You find out, yeah,
Because that's where the drug is coming from now.
yeah,
It's the drug they give the patient
oh,
and now selling
yeah,
to.
yeah,
And yeah, there's one thing I also like is where at the club where Sophia ties what happened in Batman to why the drug is selling. She like ties that
yeah,
this or a lot of the people have lost their home, they've lost
yeah,
their million, they're looking for an excuse, and that's why this new high she's providing is going to sell really well. And that thing was well filmed. I liked it a
fuck,
bit. Yeah.
fuck.
But
So
yeah,
basically, Batman,
well,
Batman has caused the
basically, it made
boost,
it
the
worse.
boost in sales. Yeah,
It's like, yeah,
yep,
but
yeah,
it's an interesting concept because like the appearance of the cape then causes the escalation of these other freaks that come out to match that energy. And then that in
yeah,
turn impacts the city.
yeah,
It is quite sad. But
totally,
mm,
totally.
yeah. But
Right.
so
we'll see how that continues. But like this episode, I love it. Like
Yeah,
this show is quickly going down to becoming is
this
an
is my
HBO
favorite.
classic.
How many
Yeah.
episodes are we getting now, guys? Do we
Mm.
know?
I want to say 6. Can you check, please?
Yeah, I'll
Oh
check and
wow.
And
confirm.
it's
Okay,
what are we now? We are 3.
3. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
I love this episode.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I like the 6th episode format. This is a very English UK kind of thing they tend to do.
8
Banquet
episodes.
8. Oh,
8
that's good.
episodes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's not too
I
bad.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind
Yeah,
this
that's
for
fine.
it. So this is they have a very strong cast. Like even
Yeah.
Michael Kelly in this episode was very strong. The way it casually like the threat it casually gives Sophia is like
Oh, Viti.
yeah, Viti.
Yeah.
When
He's
he
a really
tells
good
Sophia
actor.
that, oh yeah, he gives her a plane ticket, get on this
Oh
plane
yeah,
in
yeah,
two
yeah.
days and go to Rome or what?
Oh yeah,
Or
that's it.
I will tell people that's where you went to.
Yeah,
I like that threat.
yeah. I like the fact that even when he's, and you see this in this episode, guys,
Yeah.
when he's under the cosh or he's been caught, he's not like sniveling. He's really
Is
Yeah,
this
he's a tough guy.
like
yeah,
yo, the way he did this penguin. I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah,
ah,
yeah. You could tell. You could
no.
tell. And in a way, it goes back to what Sophia said. So
Yeah,
when Penguin betrayed her, he betrayed her so they could get promoted within the family.
yeah,
And someone said, "Would you do, even when you did that, you're not a made man. You did not make a capo
yeah,
despite what you did. Are you happy?" And then Penguin said, "You know what? I don't regret it. Yeah, I didn't get what you said, but I still kind of
I think
moved
got
up a bit.
something.
I got a leg up. Yeah.
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 I was kind of just and he was basically saying something like me. That's almost the best. It's almost
Yeah, I could have hoped
more
for.
than you can expect.
Yeah.
And blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. So there's a lot of very good back and forth between characters in this episode. Looking at motivations of why people do people, why should I trust you? Why are we even working together? Kind of discussions, and it's not done in a boring manner at all. Almost all the scenes I enjoyed, even the scene in the club where the guy became the bagman. I love that scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
It's
Because
good.
it's like he gets responsibility for the first time. He's feeling happy. People are looking up to him, and he's enjoying that taste of power. But yes,
I like that phrase.
tell me
What's that phrase that Penguin was kept saying to him? Fill up the space.
yeah, fill your space.
Yeah,
Fill up the space. Fill up the space.
yeah, fill up. I
Because
love
like
that phrase.
there was that part where it stutters a lot, and when somebody tries to help him out with his statement,
Yeah,
Penguin was like, no, 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 shut up. Like, man, this guy is speaking. Like, don't interrupt him.
you
And it
wait.
tells me
Oh,
like,
Victor.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
And it was a
Okay.
really nice scene. Like, when Victor tells him that, oh, why did you do that? He said, no, people, that is rude. People should not, you should have more
Finish your
confidence
statement
in
for you.
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah,
And he basically said that you should let them wait for you. You're a big
for
boy
you.
now.
Yeah,
Nice.
As,
Nice.
as long as it takes you to get that word out, you take that time.
you take that time.
Nice.
Yeah. That's-
I like
So
that.
this
Because I
is
actually
like,
felt for him when he was talking to that girl in episode 2.
yeah.
One of those hookers comes and starts talking to him, and he is he's very
I
nervous.
think that guy comes back.
Yeah, she comes back in this
She
episode.
comes back
Yeah,
in this one.
yeah.
Okay,
She likes
okay.
she likes the power it has.
Yeah.
In a weird way, how do I say this without sounding weird? I like the hookers in this show.
I like Penguin's main girl. I like her a lot.
The characters.
She's-
Yeah, the characters.
They are all
I think
fun to watch.
the best is just not to say it.
No, they've got personality and the way they act. It's. I mean, they got a few scenes in this one because they're the spearhead of distributing the new drug.
Yeah,
in this episode.
they are the salespeople basically.
Yeah.
I would like to see Riddler or Dano's Riddler and just like this guy just came fucked shit up. Like he really wrecked this city.
No, he did.
Yeah.
And you
He
see it here.
really wrecked this city.
And the way they showed how it happened and how the normal people, like they were, some of them would not even listen to the news, and all of a sudden they just see, what's going on?
Explosions everywhere.
There was a rushing, and the guys could see his flats and his family in it as the water rushed in.
Wow.
While it was
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Great show, great world.
Okay.
No. These are the kind of talents DC needs going forward.
So this ends.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Continue.
No, I was going to say that this ends in 5 weeks, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And Creature Commandos starts in December.
Yeah.
Okay.
And runs for I think about 8 weeks up until January or something. One every week.
Yeah.
So that's content.
So I'm predicting that from the beginning of Penguin.
Big end or beginning?
No. Actually, look, from this day on, from this day forward, from
Mhm.
Monday, because Joker's already come out.
There's
I think
something.
we're now going to enter. We're entering the golden era of DC, and I'm predicting for like a couple of years at least, if not 3-4.
Oh,
You
yeah.
think so?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Joker did not kick off that golden era though.
No, I'm saying
Joker.
today. From after Joker out now, after Joker now.
Yeah.
After
So
Joker.
I'm from Penguin, Joker's out, Penguin episode 3 onwards now, golden era. All things in the past. We don't know.
Joker belongs to the past.
Somewhere
Like,
under the
it's
table.
a vestigial remains of what's
Yeah. The amount of money it made it impossible to just
Not make
cut
a
off like
sequel.
that.
It was the last cockroach from the DCEU.
That's
on now.
survived. Yeah. So
Honestly, I'm sure
forward ever.
secretly that. I know secretly they are not too sad because they're like, if this movie had
I
made
know
another billion again, we're like,
I can tell you now who's not sad at
what are
all.
we gonna do?
James
James
Gunn.
What?
Gunn. James Gunn's not
James
sad.
Gunn is not
James
sad.
Gunn, this
No,
is perfect for him.
I'm saying that I'm saying that he's not sad because if it had made a billion, you'll have now put them in a tough
I
position
agree.
because
No,
Warner Brothers likes money,
Yeah.
no,
no
they would
matter
have
what.
they already said they will continue to their Elseworlds movie, but yeah, it's not sad that this
Yeah, he's not sad
didn't
at all.
make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Or you know they want to
you would
do
have already heard
their
people,
Elseworld ones, not
not this
like
one.
you said,
Yeah,
vestigial ones that are like
Yeah.
were kind of
yeah, that is what
grandfathered
I
in
do.
because of how well it did. Yeah.
They did. Yeah,
You
because if
wanted to
this
say
movie had
something?
made a billion, Ali will get a movie. Riddler will get a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
You
she
get a
was, I
movie.
mean,
I get a movie. Everybody gets a movie.
yeah.
Everybody gets a movie.
As long
Yeah,
as Guy Gana gets one.
I beg
but
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Mhm.
I beg you.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
Okay.
so
Thank you very
you
much.
guys want to rate this one?
Oh yeah, yes. For me,
Yeah.
I'm giving it 4.5 this episode. I really enjoyed this
Same.
episode.
A 4.5 is
I
well.
really
Wow.
I'm
did.
not even sure why
Okay.
I'm not giving. I'm not even sure why I'm not giving it 5. But 4.5 is fine.
That's high
Yeah.
praise. I
Okay.
say.
Okay. I can't wait to see it. All right. Anything
Okay.
else, guys?
No, I think we've spoken for too long already.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to talk about Storm 1 and Absolute Power and Scott Snyder, but that can wait till next week.
Till next week. Yeah. We'll do more of that next week.
Yeah,
More
I'll have
comics
to.
next
I'll
week.
probably have to reread this Storm. I read it today, but I'll have to reread it.
Word.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolute Power is out.
No,
No,
the
the ending of the
Oh,
events.
sorry. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Tunde, you want to
So
say our goodbyes?
our goodbyes, guys. Our recommendation for Joker. We advise don't watch it in the cinema. Wait for it to come out on HBO, then forward skip the musical parts of it. And let us know what you think. But yeah, goodbye guys. We've done this for you. This is our sacrifice for you guys. See you next week.
well,
Sorry, that one.
yeah. I think we owe Dakpo money. Tunde actually, no, Cakes
Yeah.
actually owe Dakpo.
Yeah.
Back to back.
I agree.
Bad girl boy and Joker.
I'll make it up. I don't know how.
Back to back.
It's all for
Yeah.
it's all for you listeners out there. We did it for you. You know, watch these things so that you don't have to suffer through them yourselves.
It's always,
Mm.
it's always a good day when you see Tunde sober and mellow. So
I'm not sober or mellow. Am I mean,
All right, guys. Before we get into it, guys, remember to rate, like, subscribe. Naijas Geeking Out, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, we'll see you later. See you next week.
yeah.
Red,
yep, I'll see you next week.
today.
Bye guys.
And thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later.